Hello, Chirins. Mr. Bruce back again. Today's book, What Would You Do in a Book That Was About Y-O-U? That means you. Before we get started, eyes are watching, ears are listening, voice is quiet, body calm. What would you do in a book about you? Whoo! 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 Who? What about you? Me? You? What would you do? The story starts now, and the tale is brand new. What would you do in a book about you? Would you venture above or beyond with the help from a broomstick? Or maybe a fairy's wand? Would you skip across stars or a planet or two? Would you go it alone? Or would you invite your whole crew? I'd invite my own crew, wouldn't you? Adventure is waiting. There's so much you can do in this wonderful, wonderful book about you. Would you rescue a king or a queen or a dog? Would you capture a castle or sip tea with a frog? Would you ride a dinosaur or romp with emus? Would you dance with a yak while you both play kazoos? Yak, 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 yak. Would you cure polar bears of their polar bear blues? The polar bear blues? Well, it can cure walruses too. I like walruses because they have funny teeth. You might create something that changes a mind or makes a heart stir. Or you might simply just be kind, like these nice people feeding a kitty. You might give a big speech or defend something small. You might open a window, or you might tear down a whole wall. And when trouble comes, you might bravely stand tall. You must muster your courage and rise from your fall. See, he broke a window, but he knocked on a door and said, "It was an accident. I'm sorry." He didn't run away. Would you march slow and steady, or would you run from the very start? Would you follow the crowd, or would you lead from your own heart? That means you do what everybody else does, or do what you think is right. The choices are endless, and the obstacles are few. So many chapters are beginning to brew. Look at all those things they can write about. Imagine the endless good you might do in a very heartwarming, a very heart-building book about you. You might read a book. You might write a book. A powerful page-turning book about you, a book about you, and a book about you. That's 2 books in one. Amazing, astonishing, astounding, absorbing, absolutely, undeniably, unmistakably awe-inspiring. Times 2. Whew! If your life were a book with pictures and pages, what would you do to be read throughout the ages? Stop, dream, think it through. What would you do in a book about you? The end, or rather, the beginning. The end, really, this time. Well, what would you write about in a book about you? How you like to play, or what you do with your folks on vacation? Maybe about your cat or your dog or your sister or brother? You could write about rockets going to the moon like JoJo. You could do anything. So, think about it. You can even sit down and try to write a book. Even if you can't write, you can tell mom or dad to help you write it. You just got to think it in your head. We'll be back tomorrow with another book. Until then, be good to your folks and wash your hands. Bye-bye.